Hey there, welcome to the Female Studio on YouTube. So today we're gonna flow through a dynamic sequence, which is perfect for when you're ovulating or when you're in your ovulatory peak phase of the cycle. We don't need a lot of props today, so you can grab a thick book or a block. And if you like to pair this flow with some music, just check out the Female Studio on Spotify and you'll find playlists for all the phases of your cycle there. And if you're curious for more and of course also longer classes you can pair or sync with your cycle, head to the studio, the online studio. I would love to see you there in the members area. There are so many more classes that you can sync with your cycle and thus get the best out of your asana practice. But without further ado, let's start this dynamic flow because we're going to start seated. So you can find a cross-legged seat. Maybe you want your block or your thick book underneath your sitting bones. Otherwise, just finding an upright seat like that. You can close down the eyes just for a moment, lengthening in the spine. And you can breathe in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. 2 more times, just like that. And you can check into the body, into your ovulatory phase it is in. How do you feel? How's your body feeling? Sending your attention to your breath. Where do you feel it the most today? And how does it feel? Taking another deep inhale here. Exhale, let it all go. You can opening up the eyes if you like. Otherwise, you can keep them closed for the next or the first movement. You're just gonna warming up the hips a little so you can shift your weight to one side. The opposite arm is straight, the other is bent. And then leaning forward, finding almost the feeling of an arch in the spine, looking up. With an exhale, shifting over to the other side and back, rounding there, chin in. Inhale over to the other side and forward, looking up. Exhale, other side and back, finding this circular movement in the torso and also in the hips. You move with your own breath. It is the best guide for your pace. Last round in this direction. And once you're forward with an inhale, exhale and change the direction. Inhale, forward. Exhale to the side and back. Last round. Ending in this cat spine, in this round spine, and finding a neutral spine afterwards. On your next inhale, you can reach the arms up. With an exhale, twist over to the right side, left hand on the outside of your right knee, the other one behind you, looking over your right shoulder. Finding the twist with every exhale. Breathing in, coming back to center, arms up. Exhale, twisting to the other side. Again, length first with the inhale, exhale, and then you twist. With an inhale, you come back, arms up, palms together. Exhale, hands to the heart. Breathing in here, taking a moment. With an exhale, finding a tabletop position with the hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath your hips. Your fingers are spread wide and the index and middle finger pointing forward. Breathing in here. With an exhale, shifting the hips back and up. Arranging yourself, finding Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And then pedaling out the knees, the feet, walking the dog, as they say. Just finding some movement. Slowly getting still in your downward facing dog. Your gaze is towards the knees, so the head is heavy. And then slowly walking the feet forward in between the hands. Micro bend in the knees, slowly rolling up vertebra by vertebra. Rolling the shoulders up, back, and down. Finding Tadasana, the mountain pose, here on the top of your mat. Now let's give that body what it needs, some dynamic movement. So we are in our peak phase. This is often the phase women feel their best. It's their reproductive phase. So makes sense, right? Let's start moving, finding a Surya Namaskar A to start with. Inhale, arms up. Hands touch. Exhale, fold forward. Uttanasana, head in. Inhale, straight spine, Ardha Uttanasana, look forward. Exhale, hands to the floor, step the feet back into plank. On that same exhale, all the way down or halfway chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra or urdhva mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Having that tailbone up and at the same time closing the ribs and looking to the knees. Inhale, come up to the toes, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, step or jump in between your hands. Breathing in Ardha Uttanasana, look forward, lift. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Micro bend the knees, straight spine. With an inhale, you come up. Hands touch above the head. Exhale, hands to the heart and to the sides. So the heart rate might have increased and the breath as well. So we are already a little warmer. I'm going to start the flow. Shift your weight over to your left foot. With an inhale, reach the arms up and the right knee as well. Hands touch. With an exhale, hands to the heart. And then bending forward and at the same time extending the right leg back. Finding warrior 3 with the hands in front of the heart. As you can see, I'm micro bending my standing leg, which gives me a little bit more stability. And as we are in peak, you can try to extend the arms forward if that feels nice. Otherwise, you keep the hands where they were. I'm going to stay here for another 2 breaths. Leveling the hips, the toes point down, the back toes. Breathing in here. With an exhale, bending the standing leg and dropping the back foot just where it lands, way back. With an inhale, high lunge. Exhale, sinking deep Again, squaring the hips if your body allows. Strong body, strong mind. Back like a straight front knee above front heel. A very proud pose, I find. Now inhale here. With an exhale, the right hand reaches down next to your front foot. The other hand reaches up to the ceiling. I'm breathing in here. With an exhale, the top hand reaches back. You come to the outer edges of both of your feet, so all 10 toes point over to the left side. And then from here, hips down. They're not touching the ground, but you sink them down a little, and the left hand reaches back towards the back foot. With an inhale, you come back up. That left hand replaces the right, so you have the left hand next to your front foot. The right hand reaches up to the ceiling, and at the same time, the back foot rotates 180 degrees. So the back toes point up, and you sink the hips a little deeper on top of that front knee. You can have the front heel lifted. We're going to find half malasana with an open heart. So right hand reaches up. Back heel down, back toes up. Inhale here, open up. With an exhale, both hands down. Now we're going to find this exact same pose, but on the other side. You decide how you get there. Either you use the help of your hands, which is fine, or you try it without the hands, shifting the weight over to your right leg, finding the exact same pose here. Now inhale here. With an exhale, both hands down, you walk them even more to the right, and now you are framing the front foot with both hands. Back heel is up. You are now looking to the opposite side of the room, opposite of how we started. Both hands fully on the floor, and then you shift into down dog, trying to not make a noise with that right foot. I can show you, I mean this. Try not to do that. Try to engage your core. You can do it, you're peaking, remember. But without the sound, you put the front foot back to meet the other in Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. With an inhale, you lift the right leg back and up, bending the knee and opening up the hip. From here, on your next exhale, you drop that top foot behind the left straight leg down on the floor. You twist, you turn the left foot up, so the toes point up, left leg straight, right is bent. Inhale, pushing the hips up, opening up the heart, right hand reaches back. Wild thing, as we are, right? Inhale here. Exhale, hips down, sitting down, and now you're looking forward to the front side of the room once again. Let's cross the ankles, and with or without the help of your hand, let's try to stand up. Maybe you need a little swing there. But when you've managed, come back to the top of the mat. And here we are again. We have two sides, right? So let's go to the other side. Shift the weight over to your right foot. With an inhale, you reach the arms up and the left knee. Exhale, hands to the heart, and at the same time, you are bending over, extending the left leg back. Hips are leveled, back toes point down, you look down. You can micro bend the knees, the standing knee, if you like, always. Breathing in here. With an exhale, bending the standing leg, dropping the back foot down. With an inhale, reaching up. Exhale, sitting down. into your high lunge, strong pose, just as you are. Opening up that heart, shining in your ovulation phase here. Inhale here. With an exhale, left hand reaches down onto the floor, right reaches up. With an exhale, right hand reaches back. You come to the outer edges of both of your feet. All toes point now to the right side. Exhale, hips a little more down. Right hand reaches even more back. Cleopatra or something. The goddess that she was and the goddess that we are. Inhale, coming back. Right hand on the floor. Left hand reaches up. Back foot turns 180 degrees. And at the same time, front heel lifts and you sink the hips down in this Havmalasana pose. Inhale here. With an exhale, both hands down. You choose how you want to get to the same pose on the other side. Once you're there, with an exhale, you look to the back side of the room, walk the hands even more to the left until again you are in this runner's lunge to the back side of your room. Again, both hands down, engage the core, and then stepping very silently the front foot back to meet the other in Adho Mukha Svanasana. Having a breath there to rest. And then on your inhale, you lift the left leg back and up, bending the knee and opening up the hips here. Inhale. With an exhale, changing into wild thing. Right leg is straight, left is bent. Inhale, pushing up the hips, opening up the heart. Left hand reaches back. Open up. Let yourself shine here. Inhale. With an exhale, you sink the hips down. You look forward. Now again, having that cross in your ankles. Now this time, the odd ankle or the odd foot is in front. Let's see how this goes. Let's swing up. There we go. Again, finding yourself standing on the top of your mat. But now this time, finding a wider stand, as wide as the mat, with the feet in a 45 degrees angle. I call them Charlie Chaplin feet. Breathing in, arms up, palms touch. With an exhale, sinking the hips down, Malasana, but then we go up again. Inhale, arms up, push up. Exhale, sinking down. One more time. Breathing in. And with an exhale, sinking down, finding Malasana. You can use your elbows to push out the knees a little more. Palms together. You find yourself in a straight spine. Chin is tucked in a little to make it, you find even more length in your spine. Breathing here, feeling your breath maybe on your hands. And then slowly letting the hips find its way down, grabbing the block or your book, making your way on to the floor, feet a little closer to your hips, arms alongside the body. And with an inhale, you just push up the hips. The knees are stable on top of the heels. And if you like, you can stay here or wrap kind of the shoulders under and interlace the fingers behind the back. Just
Just make sure your knees are stable, they're not falling out. You can push the hips a little more up, engaging the glutes while doing so. We're going to stay here for about 5 breaths. You can do this. You have the strength, you have the mindset. One more breath. Breathing in, releasing. With an exhale, letting your tailbone find your book or your prop, whatever you have there. And from here, just extend the legs forward. Maybe you need to rearrange a little bit and make sure it's not the lower back that's on the prop, but really the tailbone. It should feel really nice. It gives a little massage there. Extending the legs forward and out. Arms either alongside the body or over the head, like a little star. And just opening up, feeling the heartbeat. You can close down the eyes if you like, just for a few breaths. Melting into the ground, allowing yourself to also rest. And then having the feet back down on the floor, arms alongside the body. Inhale, pushing the hips up. Remove the prop. Exhale, vertebra by vertebra, rolling down onto the floor. So now we're going to find Shavasana for about 2 minutes. You can extend the legs forward, let the feet hang out to the side, arms alongside the body, palms up. I'm going to guide you out in 2 minutes, so don't worry about that. Just enjoy and relax for that moment. Taking a deep breath in and let it go fully. Just to wake your body up. Start moving it. eventually rolling over to one side and then pushing yourself up from there to find a seated position with the palms touching in front of your heart. Just finding a moment of gratitude for moving your body, for your yoga practice, for yourself. Hands to the forehead, and together we bow down the head in mentioned gratitude. Thank you so much for joining this dynamic ovulation flow. I hope to see you soon on the mat again, maybe on the online studio. It would be so cool if you joined the movement of cycle syncing asana practice. For me, it just makes so much sense to honor all the stages of the female cycle. Maybe you are curious and you hop on thefemalestudio.com. Have a good day. Take care.